हरि ओम। ॐ समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं। हरि ओम। परम पूज्य गुरुजी स्वामी Tejomayananda ji of Chinmaya Mission has written one article in a small book, Advice to Householders, first published in December 2001. So, reading of that article, the stages of life. In the context of our present discussion, advice to householders, the meaning of ashram is a stage of life. Our Hindu scriptures describe 4 stages: the Brahmacharya ashram, the student's life; Grihastha ashram, the householder's life; Vanaprastha ashram, the life of retirement of preparatory renunciation; and the Sannyas ashram, the renounced order of life. No real Vanaprastha stage exists today because no one knows what to do in their old age except retire, go to an old age home, and watch television all day. Our Hindu scriptures, however, are very scientific. Considering a human being's life to be 100 years maximum, the lifespan is divided roughly into 4 stages of 25 years and so on. In fact, it is said that when you see the face of your grandson, you should retire for contemplation. Then there will be no generation gap problem. Remember, though one may criticize the older generation now, no matter how modern one thinks oneself to be at this moment, the generation will also consider you an old and outdated person. Thus, the scriptures say that before this happens, one should leave the house and prepare for renunciation. Then, after Vanaprastha, one should take sannyas, the complete renunciation of all worldly affairs, and have total devotion to spiritual knowledge alone. This is the general scheme of the Varnashramas. Prescribed duties for each ashram or stage of life. Peculiar duties are prescribed in the Shastra. We will see the first two. Brahmacharya, the student's life. We read in the traditional accounts of how the student goes to live and study with the teacher, performing mundana, shaving of the head, homa, sacrifice, and havana, daily sacrificial rituals. Though we may say that all this is irrelevant now, we should know that the underlying value holds as true today as it did then. The main principle enunciated for the disciple was, if you are a Vidyarthi, one who is a seeker of knowledge alone, you must give up the idea of comforts. On the other hand, the scriptures say, but if you are a seeker of comforts, then forget about knowledge, for it will not come to you. In this so called industrial civilization, the situation is as the latter statement indicates. Due to the smaller family units, the children get pampered with all kinds of comforts and possessions and fight each other for them. The children become glued to the television, and rather than becoming more intelligent, statistics show us that those who watch more television actually have lower IQs, while those children who watch less television do better in their studies. The fact is that when a student chases after clothes, food, pleasure, and comforts, there is no time for study and concentration, and the mind becomes dissipated. The scriptures tell us that the first duty of the student is to be totally devoted to study and knowledge, to have devotion and respect for the teacher as well as for the books of study. These days, when students go out to sit on the lawn, if there is nothing else to sit on, they sit out their books. They take out their books and sit on them. The students should also make no other demands on the family. If the students in the Brahmacharya ashram were also taught the eternal values of life, Sanatan Dharma, which we have already discussed in Indian culture and introduction book. They were taught the ultimate goal of life and how to prepare for it. Having learned the universal and general values of living, the students would then choose their own professions and train in that particular field, just as today the university students take general courses first, followed by specialized course in their chosen field. Children of royal families, for instance, were taught political science, economics, warfare, and other related sciences. Thereafter, the students were ready for the next, next stage, next stage of life, the householder's life. It is said in Taittiriya Upanishad, having given dakshina, gift to the teacher, in the form of that which is most dear to him and to you, do not cut off the line of descendants. 1.11. Out of gratitude, we should give to the teacher Priya Dana, which means that which is not only dear to the teacher but also what is dear to each us, because often we keep what is dear to us and give away only what we do not like. After having taken permission from the teacher, one was free to enter into the householder's life. Today we find these nobler ideas disappearing from the student's life as the problem of dating is coming up more. Young Indians ask me angrily, Swamiji, why do our parents prevent us from dating? We want to go to parties and other things, but then the very purpose of the student's life is defeated. The mind becomes completely distracted. Boy and girl meet each other and fall in love. They become infatuated with each other for some time, but later one of them goes away and the other is left shattered. Love is gone, study is gone, and knowledge is gone. I remind them that their whole life is before them to do all the things they want. Reserve the precious early years wholly for study and come to lead a fulfilling life. Thus, the students must devote their entire energy to educate themselves, not only to read and write, but also to lay a strong foundation for the moral, ethical, cultural, and spiritual aspects of life. Aside from academic training, our educational systems must give students a higher ideal for which to strive. The students must become the makers of their own destiny and of the nation's destiny too. This is their great responsibility. The householder's life. Marriages are also of different types. When people ask me whether an arranged marriage or a love marriage is best, I say a successful marriage is best. Successful marriages have nothing to do with being arranged because there are examples of success and failure in both types of marriages. The main point is that there should be mutual love, respect, and readiness to sacrifice for each other. This is the ideal in mind. The marriage is successful, but if each person is only demanding from other, there will always be a problem. There are many duties or kartavya karmas prescribed for the householder's life. Though we cannot discuss them in detail here, one very important point should be brought out, which is given in the Shastra. In those houses where the women are honored and respected, the gods dwell there. Where the women are not respected and honored, whatever one does is futile. In other words, if the lady of the house is unhappy or abused in any way, no work will bring fulfillment or prosperity to that house. Another verse says, the husband must see that the wife is happy, and the wife must see that the husband is happy. When both are making each other happy, there will be auspiciousness and welfare for all in that house. This is the ideal for the householder's life. And if this ideal is not held by both husband and wife, there will be only frightening fighting between them. And when the children see this repeatedly, they will also fight. Such a household will be filled with violence. We see that catastrophe happening nowadays as the number of broken families, unwed mothers, single parent homes, and other such problems increase. These problems will also exist in the future as long as a person is only demanding from others. Another instruction given to the householder concerns food. Do not censure food, do not waste food, grow more food. Food also represents general wealth and prosperity. Therefore, the significance is that material prosperity should neither be criticized nor wasted, but should be cultivated and shared with others, not used for that one household alone. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, it is said, do not turn away anybody who seeks shelter and lodging. This is the vow. Let one therefore acquire much food by any means whatsoever. One should say, food is ready. If the food is prepared in the best manner, the food is given to him, the host, also in the best manner. If the food is prepared in a mediocre manner, food is also given to him, the host, in the mediocre manner. If the food is prepared in the lowest manner, the same food is also given to him, the host. He who knows thus will obtain all the rewards, and as mentioned above. Taittiriya Upanishad 3.10. Hari Om. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari